The military is spending billions preparing us for an impending alien invasion. But that high-profile warning is a coordinated hoax, designed to mask a much stranger reality playing out right now. The Department of Defense manages these declassified drops with surgical precision. This slow drip transparency is a deliberate campaign launched by an internal counterforce, utilizing military channels to bypass traditional deep state blackouts. To prepare the public for the eventual truth, this counterforce is utilizing the film industry. High-profile directors are handed specific premises to build movies around, subconsciously softening the public psyche for actual disclosure. By spoon-feeding the data month by month, this operation successfully avoids a global panic. The slow rollout systematically dismantles centralized control, while giving the public time to process a new reality. Legacy science, established academia, and the global stock market rely on a very specific terrestrial version of reality to function. Full disclosure of the phenomenon would essentially render these modern institutions obsolete overnight. Watching their influence evaporate, the remaining members of the deep state are preparing a desperate countermeasure, a manufactured salvation event. They plan to use advanced CGI and AI to project a staged extraterrestrial rescue to trick the public into surrendering authority. At the same time, religious institutions are hastily rewriting doctrine. Vatican astronomers have already begun preparing their followers for the idea that these visitors could be baptized, attempting to claim a moral high ground before the truth comes out. These organizations are acting out of pure self-preservation. They recognize that their operational lifespan ends the moment the actual origins of these craft are widely accepted. We are watching the real-time bankruptcy of a shadow empire. Their centuries-old playbook of clandestine control relies entirely on secrecy, and with transparency flooding the system, their power is expiring. Government briefings are currently pointing towards the stars, but the upcoming reveal focuses much closer to home. The entities soon to be publicized originate from our own coordinates. They are ultraterrestrials. These are highly advanced interdimensional descendants of early humanity and indigenous societies that have existed right here on Earth for millions of years. To understand how they've stayed hidden, you have to look at the actual geological structure of the planet. Earth is not a hollow sphere, but rather a clustered honeycomb containing massive inhabited vaults beneath the crust. Historical events like the Roswell incident were real physical encounters with these ultra-terrestrial groups. However, the recovered craft operate on physics that ignore our standard understanding of propulsion and space-time. The greatest secret of the UFO phenomenon is that we have never been alone on our own world. We share this planet with a hidden population utilizing advanced technology that has remained earthbound for eons. This animation shows a torus field, a continuous flow of energy moving from a central axis, outward, and back in. This specific geometry is the foundational blueprint of zero-point energy, allowing for the compression of space-time itself. This system runs on dielectric force, a high-pressure primordial power. By comparison, the magnetism and electricity we use to run our modern world is a decaying byproduct, a primitive and dirty substitute for the clean energy of the vacuum. Global superpowers are already quietly attempting to harness this power. The Chinese East Project uses this exact toroidal geometry in its experimental reactors to contain and generate immense energy. But the push for advanced physics has triggered a high-stakes escalation. The military recently allocated a $54 billion budget explicitly for the development of autonomous AI for warfare. Off-world task forces have a strict zero-tolerance policy for weaponized AI. They are actively neutralizing underground bases and scrubbing timelines to stop these autonomous drones and killer robots from ever being deployed. A silent, highly advanced conflict is actively raging to prevent a militarized AI apocalypse. These task forces are clearing the path for humanity to survive long enough to reach open contact. Because of this ongoing cleanup, genuine open contact with these beings is strictly delayed. We are in a necessary weeding phase, pushing the window for widespread integration to the years 2035 to 2040. Since the torus is the fundamental building block of universal energy, it follows that our own biology mirrors that geometry. In the same way a fusion reactor utilizes a toroidal field, the human heart functions as a biological vector torus generator, creating an electromagnetic field that dwarfs the output of the brain. As old societal structures collapse, individuals can actively stabilize their own dielectric fields. Through focused breathwork and specific intentions, you can clear biological blockages and tune your resonance to this higher frequency. As this internal work accelerates among the public, the pressure on our current timeline is reaching a breaking point. This shift is leading toward an undeniable celestial manifestation, expected this August, an event meant to shatter the remaining shroud of secrecy. Look past the official statements coming out of Washington and the Vatican. When the dust settles and the old institutions finally crumble, who do you think will step in to architect the new reality? The deep state is falling. The countdown to 2035 has officially begun. Our survival and our place in the larger cosmic neighborhood now depends entirely on upgrading our own internal frequencies before the new architects arrive.
Launch outpost, Fury check.